little bit of stuff. Okay, again, we're in Microsoft Word, and we're talking about the basics. We began talking about the ribbon, which is this area up here. And you'll notice you can get the ribbon by clicking there. See home going up and down, up and down. Then you have insert, you have design, you have layout, you have reference, you have mailings, you have review, you have view, and you have Acrobat. Woo! And we're going to go through every single one of these, and you're going to have to learn every little icon. We got 3-4 weeks to do it, so no stress. You'll get good at it. Let's go back to the home one first. Probably the home one is probably the most useful one. First off, it's how you organize your text. Right? You'll notice right now I have this thing right here, and it's called the I-bar, and it's flashing at you, right? Okay, flashing at you, and it's saying, hey, why don't you type something in? Let's put our name in there. Yeah, let's put our name in there. There you go. You got a fabulous name in there. Now it's awful tiny. Wouldn't it be nice if it was big and looked a little better? So you'll notice up here, you'll see it says body. This is the default font size, okay? If I click on here, I can change the font to a different one. How about we want to do typewriter? You want to do typewriter? It didn't change. What did I fail to do? Select the text. There you go. So in order to do certain things, you might need to hold the mouse down over top of it like that and select it. I'm holding the left mouse down. I'm dragging over top of it. Uh-oh, let's put a capital in there. And notice it has a red line under my name. Why is there a red line under my last name? It's misspelled. We'll learn how to add things to the dictionary, right? I might add my last name to the dictionary, so every time I'm typing in my Microsoft Word, my name doesn't come up as misspelled because I add it to the dictionary. We'll learn how to do things like that. Okay, let's highlight it though and change the font. So I'm going to highlight it here. I'm going to go over here to the font, and we can choose them. We're going to learn to install fonts in next class, actually. And so I'm going to add, and then when we talk about fonts, you might have different types of fonts. Okay, so the term font describes what the letters are, right? What flavor is the letters, we'll say. And we'll learn all about font size, what is point size, and so on. But you'll notice you also have different types. So, there's a little arrow here. You got regular, which is probably the italic, letters, bold, and bold italic. So I might put something nice on my letters. I'm going to go to, how about bold italic? Uh-oh, that didn't change either. Okay. Oh, there it goes. It finally changed. Okay, so I got bold italic. Now this is size. Now the number here says 12. What is that? Well, letters are measured in the computer in what we call point size. Point, PT, point. And this is 12 point, which is a standard size for a lot of things. If I hold the mouse down there, you'll notice it goes from 5 to 72. How big do you think 72 is? Anybody know what 70 is? It's a magic number. Can you guess? What would be 72 size-wise? What's a common size that you measure? An inch. Yes, thank you. 1 inch. So if you want your letters to be an inch big, you go all the way down to 72. Now, you're not limited to 72. You can go higher than that if you want. But if you want your letters to go, boom, 72. How come nothing's changing on me? Boom, it's taking a long time. Maybe it doesn't like me recording software. Okay, if you want to center on the page, right here is where the alignment is right here. We got left align, ragged right, center, right align, ragged left, justified. What does this ragged mean? Well, I definitely need to get a marker for this classroom. I hate not being able to draw on the screen, on the board. Hard for me to explain a concept without a marker. Oh, here's a blue marker. There we go. Okay, so if you're reading things, usually you read from left to right. And so the right side is not always even. Okay, so that's why we call it left align. So this is all lined up. Ragged right, ragged right. That's just the term they use to describe that. And we'll make some text in all 4 different options. Okay, now here's a problem. if I hit return after my name to put the I bar down, it's going to continue with this formatting. So if I put my cursor here and I say okay and I hit return, notice how the line below now has the kind of slanted, and if I type a letter in, it's all big and stuff like that. We don't want it to be big. I want to go back to the default so it's nice and tiny again, the default one. To do that, you can go and type in, you can go and click on the, where was I at? Where am I at? There is a button that I need to click, and I want to go back. Where is it? Now I can't remember where it's at. It'll come to me. There's a button.
One next to save.
One next to save. Now let's undo this one, maybe. This one? No, it's file. Now there is a button. Oh, copy formatting. Copy formatting. Style panel. No, I don't want that. Styles. Normal. There we go. Styles normal. Go to styles normal. It'll go back to plain. Styles this one. And go normal, and it goes back to normal letters. Okay, let's go steal some text and practice our keyboard commands, right? So, you know, let's say we're writing our letter for our, you know, our science class, and we're writing a paper on flowers, right? So maybe I'll do a little research on Wikipedia. So to get to the internet, I'm going to go down here to the very bottom down here, and you'll notice I got my browser. Oh, see the little dot underneath Firefox? In my computer right now, see a little dot there? What is that saying? Oh, Firefox is still running. Okay? So there might not be a window open, but it's still running. So whenever you see a dot down here in the dock, it means the program's still running. It's just running in the background or minimized or something like that. So I'm going to click on that to open a new window. And let's go to Wikipedia. I love stealing from Wikipedia. Wikipedia. And I'm doing my biology paper on flowers. I'm going to type in flowers. Flowers. Okay, so I'm going to go, instead of writing my paper, I'm just going to copy and paste the text and turn it in, right? The teacher will never know the difference. They probably don't read your paper anyways, do they? I'm sure they do. I don't mean to say that. I'm sure your teacher spends a lot of time reading your paper. Well, they run your paper through their plagiarism thing probably. At least the English teachers probably do. So I won't run your paper through the plagiarism thing because you got to write it for yourself. You're writing a paper about you buying a computer, so it's hard to steal stuff and put it in there. Okay, so let's steal some of this text. The easiest way to steal it is to highlight it. I'm going to put my cursor at the very end of this first paragraph here. I'm going to hold my left mouse down and I'm going to drag over top of it all the way to the very beginning right here. And of course, our keyboard command that we love is what? Command C. Command C. And we're going to go back to Word. How do we get back to Word? Well, we go back to the dock. Go back down to the dock, and you'll notice the W still has a dot underneath it, right? See the dot? And if we click on that, boom, we go right back to our paper. Now here's the pasting problem. How do I paste? Well, if I just paste using the command V, what's going to happen? Oh, what it does is it brings all the links over that were there. Okay, which you might want, but I don't know. The teacher's going to know that I copied from Wikipedia probably. I better not do that. Okay, so what do I want to do? I'm going to undo this by hitting up here. You'll notice there's like a little arrow that goes in the upper corner up there. It says undo. So it'll undo your last operation. So I'm not going to paste that way. I'm going to undo that. There's 3 different types of pasting inside of Microsoft Word. If you go over here in the home button, you'll notice there's a box over here that says paste right here. Do you see that? If I hold the mouse down there, you'll notice it says 3 options here. You got keep source formatting, which is the default, match formatting, or keep text only. So the one that's not going to give you links and everything, and probably you know go back to the default font and everything, is the one that says keep text only. And if you click on that, it'll also paste it in there. And now your links aren't there. The biology teacher's never going to know you stole it from Wikipedia now. Okay? Let's undo that. Another way of pasting, I'm going to undo that, is to use the Shift key. If you hold down Command Shift V, oh, that didn't work. Oh, Command Shift V. No, okay, don't do that. Go here. Go use this. Paste. There you go. Some programs you can do Command Shift V and it will get rid of the formatting. That didn't work here. Don't do that. Okay, let's talk about paragraph break versus line break. Okay, so there's two types of break. And what I mean by the word break is when you hit the return key, it makes a new paragraph. Watch what I did there. If I hit return, so my cursor is flashing there and I hit return. Okay, it goes down to another line, but it's not necessarily what we call a line break. It looks like it's on the next line, but it's really called a paragraph break. And the paragraph break is usually a formatting thing inside of Microsoft Word. So if I'm typing along, and I'm just going to type along here. So I'm typing along, typing along, typing along, typing along, typing along. Gets to the end, it automatically wraps around, typing along, typing along, typing along, typing along, typing along, typing along, wraps around again, typing along, typing along, typing along. And if I hit return again, it's going to make another paragraph break. And you're like, what is a paragraph break? What are you talking about? Well, if you look up here in the very top of the ribbon up here, you'll see there's this one right here, this little kind of symbol right here. It looks like a music symbol, right? Doesn't that look like a music symbol, this one right here? If you click on that, it turns it on, and it'll show you what are the paragraph breaks. So you see these blue things there, it shows you that. And the reason why we're looking at that is because when it sees something like that, a lot of times, like in the MLA format, because we're going to have to write our paper in the MLA format, it will indent the next line automatically by a ½ inch. That's on the first test. First test. MLA format. Paragraphs are indented by how much? ½ inch. There you go. Put multiple choice. First test. Right.
Question?
Yeah.
Mine, what's the little dot?
Okay, so what if you don't want a paragraph break and you just want it to go down to the next line, or what we call a line break? You notice there's like a little dot at the end of these ones, right? See the little dot, little dot, little dot, little dot, little dot? So instead of a paragraph break, I'm going to hold down the Shift key and I'm going to hit return. Oh, look at that. It gives me a little arrow. This refers to as a, and I know you can't see it. Let me zoom in. I'm going to zoom in. How do we zoom in Microsoft Word? They got this thing down here at the very bottom. It looks like a slider. We call this a slider. And I can zoom in, zoom out, zoom in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Okay, here we go. Let's look a little closer. There's a little arrow right here. See that? Shift, return. The dot is actually a space. This is a, so the arrow is what's called a line break. The dot is a space. And this one is a paragraph, right? So let's remember again. Here we go. We repeat things multiple times in this class. What's this one? Line break. What's the dot? Space. And this one? Paragraph. Remember that forever, right? You'll never forget it. I will. It'll be in your brain forever. Right? It's just like Taekwondo or karate class, right? You have to do 1,000 punches before you're good at it, right? 10,000. Anybody do karate or karate or Taekwondo or something? There you go. Yep. I got my black belt when I was 20. Took me 5 years. And then my girlfriend married the instructor. Wow, it was a big wow. For like 5 years, I was devastated. Wow. Okay, I think I gotta take a break on that one. So again, back in Word, I'm gonna zoom out. Remember, the zoom is here. Zoom is here. So let's look at the different types of ways of formatting our text. Okay, so we already discussed the one where it was left align, ragged right, right? So I'm going to go and highlight this, all this stuff here. And I can go center align. This one right here. See this option right here? Center align. Now, what's the problem with this? Well, the problem with the center align is that as you're reading along, your eye has to come back to this. And if it's ragged over here, it's hard for you to find exactly where to start. Okay. You could also have what we call right align, ragged left. Or, of course, the one that makes both sides nice and even would be justified. The problem with justified in some sense, though, is you might have these big gaps like this if it's a certain paragraph that's not long enough. So a lot of times in the justified option, you would tell the last line in the paragraph not to justify, and it'll be ragged left. It'll be left aligned. Okay? So there is an option in the paragraph window. We're going to go over that paragraph window. And I tend to use the paragraph window when I'm formatting my text so I can do things like that. Where you say, hey, the last line, like this one. See how this one's not? Right? By default it is. This one's just messed up because it's messed up because I randomly picked. But see how the last one here in the justified is not all the way across. Okay, let's put some pictures in. I'm going to go back to my default there. Okay, let's go steal some pictures and copy and paste them. So I'm going to go back to my Wikipedia. And I love my Wikipedia here. I love my flowers that are here. So I'm going to go steal this picture of flowers and put it into my Microsoft Word. Probably the easiest way to steal a picture and put it in Microsoft Word is to copy it right off the website. You can copy things right off the website. You can do that by just clicking on it. Right-click on the picture. Right-click on the picture and say copy image. Right-click and say copy image. Right-click, copy image. Right-click, copy image. Go back to your Word. I'm going to click at the very beginning up here where my beginning of my paragraph is right there. And I'm going to paste. Go underneath, paste. Or Command V, right? There it is. Whoosh! And it takes up the whole page. If you want to make your picture smaller, if you select it by clicking on it, you'll notice you get these little white boxes along the edge. You get these little white boxes. If I put my cursor all the way in the lower right corner, all the way down here, I can click on it and shrink down my picture. Make it smaller. Make it smaller. There we go. So there we go. We got a picture at the very top of my page, and I made it smaller. You can also rotate it if you want. You just notice at the very top of your image, you see like there's like a little a cursor that turns with like a little wheel kind of looking thing, a little arrow that spins around. If I click on that, whoa, look at that. Wow, spinning around in circles. Okay, so we can do that as well. But probably the most important thing that you can do with your picture is do what we call word wrap, or wrap the text around the picture. To wrap the text around the picture, make sure your picture is selected here. And if you go to the wrap options, which is right click, and you should have what's called wrap text. Right click on the picture, go to where it says wrap text, and you'll notice you can do square, and the text will go up next to it. So go and try that. Again, right click on the picture, go to where it says wrap text, and you can wrap the text around. I did the one that says square. Try some of the other ones, see what they do. Okay, so make sure you get that. Okay, so those are very common things you might want to do in Microsoft Word, right? Putting picture in there, putting text on there, and so on. So let's do a little bit more advanced kind of things. How about one of them is we put a link on there. So maybe we are writing a paper for something and we want to add a link to it. One way to add a link to it is to highlight some text. I'm going to highlight the word flower up here, and I'm going to have this go back to Wikipedia. So you'll notice I highlighted just the word flower right here. Now I need to go get the web address. To go get the web address, I'm going to go down back to my Firefox. I'm going to go back to my page because I might have been in the flower thing here, but I'm going to go back to where the flower address is right here, right? Wikipedia. So again, this thing up here is called the URL, domain name, web address, whatever you want to call it. Notice there's an S in there. What do you think S stands for when you say HTTPS? Site? No. S. Normally, we didn't have to use HTTP. We would just use HTTP, which stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. But the S has been added most recently to most websites, and Google wants the S there. Anybody think of what does S mean? Security, yes, secure, okay, or socket layer. Sometimes it used to be called. Okay, what that means is that it's encrypted. We did talk about encryption briefly, didn't we? Yes, last class. Encryption. Oh, the FireVault was encrypt. How you encrypt your hard drive. Remember on the Mac, we were talking about the Mac to encrypt your Mac. FileVault. So this means that the data that's being transferred from the website, the web server, to your computer is actually encrypted. The S. That's what the S means. That's on one of the tests, I think. I don't remember. S. So let's copy this, Command C, and we're going to go back to Microsoft Word. To add a link to the word flower here, we're going to go over here to the insert option. In the insert option, you notice there's one that says link right there. Do you see the one that says link? If you click on the one that says link, you'll see there is one. I clicked on the arrow too right here. And I'm going to go to where it says link right here. See the link? It's like a little earth link right here. If you click on that, it's going to say, what is your web address? And I'm going to paste it in there, Command V. And then say, OK. Boom. You'll notice it's blue with an underline. That's like the normal link, right? Normal web link would be blue with an underline. So you might want to add some links to your papers. Especially if you save it as a PDF and you send it to somebody. The link will go along in a PDF, right? What's that? As far as how to make the link? Yeah, well, we're going to do another link as well. You got to highlight some text. Did you copy? Okay, you're going to insert. Insert. And then get that one. Yeah, that one. And paste your link in there. And hit OK. Okay, let's continue now. This is a good link, yeah?
Sorry, I lost track for a second there. To make the link, I have to highlight what I'm linking first, right? It's not just
So you can highlight it. You just need to have the address copied in memory.
Right.
Clipboard. And then you highlight it and go to link right here. So highlight any text.
Okay.
Any text. Woo! Let's do some other links. Wouldn't it be nice if you could email somebody? How about let's make an email link? So how about we put our cursor down here towards the bottom. I'm going to hit return there a couple times, make some space. And let's put our name in there. And then let's put the word that says email me. How about that? Email me. So for the email link, if we highlight the text that says email me, and we go back up to links up here, we're going to go back to the same link. So highlight the text that says email me, go back up to where it says links up here, and go to links. And inside there, you'll notice you got web page or file, this document, or look at this one, email address right there. Do you see it right there? Email. So you put in your email address, whatever email you want that to go to. I'm going to put in my school email address right now. You could say a subject, the flower paper. I don't know, flower. Well, we're doing a paper on flowers, right? Paper. And then, I don't know, there's some recently used email addresses. They're not in there, but whatever. So where do you want the email to go? What is the subject going to be? You know how your emails have a subject line, right? Okay. So in this, you just say, okay, boom, it's a blue line. And if the person clicks on it, it's going to open up an email program. And of course, I don't have an email program configured here. But if I did have an email program configured here, it would then send the email through that. All right. And if you click on the one here, where do you think it's going to go? Wikipedia, right? And why did it open up Safari? What did we talk about the very first thing in school, in class today? Default browser? Jeez. You guys are brilliant. You're learning faster than you can believe. Okay. Everybody okay? You got your links? You got your hyperlink? Got an email link? Okay, let's continue then. Whoosh. We're moving faster and faster. Okay, let's go back to Word, a little bit more Word today. So one of the things you also do in Word is that you might have a header and a footer. What is the footer? The footer is the part that's along the bottom of your paper, and the header is the part that's at the top of your paper. Okay, and usually they're up here is where the header's at, and footer is usually down here somewhere, okay? So, you know, if you're making a paper and you want to have a footer at the bottom, some things you might have in the footer might be your name, a copyright symbol, right? Things like that. And so let's make a footer on this paper. So we're going to go to, again, I'm still inside the insert. This is the same option where I had the links right here. See the links, the same option here. And you'll notice there's one that says footer here. Do you see that one right there? So if I click on add footer, it's going to ask me what kind of footer do you want. Now there's some default ones there. You can just, you know, hey, a blank one with just one line, a blank one with 3 different columns. This one has color in it. This one has some kind of badge with a graphic in it. So I'm just going to use the default one that's at the top. Did you see that? It's called footer. Add footer. I'm going to click here on the first one, and you'll notice it has like a little blue line that goes across the top, and it's this type here, and you see it says footer right there. Do you see that? Okay, so we're going to put our name in there, and the first thing we're going to do is put the copyright symbol because we're going to copyright this. You guys all know about copyright. We're going to learn about what copyright is. It's where you have the legal rights to your stuff, and you can sell your rights to other people. Right? If I take a photo with my phone, right, I ought to make the own rights to that picture because I took it. It falls under copyright. Maybe Instagram might steal it from me, right? They think they own everything, don't they? So let's put the copyright symbol. Then put the copyright symbol on a Mac computer. Use the Option G. Hold on, Option, and type in hit the word G or letter G, and that's the copyright symbol. Okay. Now I can't remember what it is on Windows. It's Alt 196, I believe. Yeah. It's something like that. I can't remember Windows. I used to know it when I would teach on Windows, but now I don't remember. But it is something like Alt 196, I believe is what it is. If that doesn't work, you can always just go to the internet, find the copyright symbol, copy it, and come over here and paste it. That works. Put your name, and then the year at least. You should have the year. So that's like the standard copyright. Now, when you're done with the header and footer, say, oh, cool, this is cool footer, all done with it. Make sure you close it. So, like when we get to making master, we're going to be using something called a master, and then we're going to be using templates and things like that. Whenever you're in a mode like that, you're in kind of that mode. Right now, we're still in the header footer mode. How do I know I'm still in the header footer mode? It says header footer up here. Do you see that? Header footer mode. So I'm going to get out of the header footer mode and go back to the normal Microsoft Word mode. So you see a little X up here. It says close header footer. Click on that. Okay. Now the footer didn't go away. If you scroll down, you'll still see it down there. It's kind of grayed out a little bit, but it's still there. Okay. So that just gets you out of the header footer mode. We don't need to make a header. We'll figure that out later. Okay, how about we save before we crash? Wouldn't it be, the software crashes and we have to go all the way back to the very beginning when we started? Boy, we've been working on this for like a half hour now. I don't want to have to go back in time. So to save this file, we can go underneath the File, Save, or Save As at this place. It doesn't really matter. If you hit Save, it will save. We haven't saved it yet, so it'll go to the Save As basically window. So I'm going to go under File, Save As, and it brings up the Microsoft Word kind of save window. So this is a standard Mac one, and I know some of you are probably not Mac kind of people, but if you go up here to the upper right corner next to your name here, you'll see this is open and close. See how this opens and closes, this little arrow right here? I want to open it up, and I'm going to go to Desktop, and then I'm going to go to my folder. Again, open up here. I'm going to go to Desktop. I have my name on the desktop, a folder. Remember, we made one, right? We made one. Click on that, and then notice it's going to save as Word doc, and we're going to hit Save. Whoosh. Okay. Now, if we crash, we can go back in time. Everybody cool? Ready to keep going? Okay, good. So we have an email, and we have our link. We have some text that's wrapping, and we're moving along. So let's get to making bullets and numbers. So I'm going to go down here after my email me, and we're going to make, oh, and if you're sick of looking at these blue things, right, I don't need to see the paragraph. I know what a paragraph break is. I know what a line break is. You can turn them off by going into that symbol right here, the one that looks like a music note here, and turn it off. Boom. We don't need to see that, unless you want to see it. It's kind of visually confusing maybe. Okay, so let's make a list of things. Let's say we're gonna have a party, and we're gonna put a list of things that we're gonna bring to the party. So things to bring to party. So we're gonna practice our basic Microsoft Word kind of things, which would be bullets, numbers, things like that. So here we go. So some of the things I might bring to a party, I want to have a list. So there's different types of lists. Usually the bullets are this one right here. See up here, again, I'm under home right now, and I go up here to the bullet option right here, and if I click on that, you'll see it puts a bullet up there. Now the difference between bullets and numbers is that one is kind of an unordered list, right? A list that where the things don't really matter, they're not in an order. But if I was going to use the number one, this one right here, now it's number one, that might be something I would make a list that's in order. You know, first, second, third, and fourth. So let's go to bullets because we're not, it doesn't really matter. What would we bring to a party? Cake. Who likes cake? Everybody loves cake. What else would you bring to a party? And when you hit return, it makes a new bullet. What else do we bring to a party? What? Hats? You need a party hat, right? Hats. Get your party hat. What else do we have at a party? What's that? Presents. Presents? Presents? More presents? Balloons? Balloons? What kind of cups? Solo cups? Oh, beer? How about that? We gotta have beer at a party. Music. There we go. Okay, that's fine. Okay, under music, let's list the music we're going to bring in a sub to the bullet. So we can have a sub to the bullet, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So if I hit return after that, I'm going to go to this one right here where you indent. Look over here where it says increase indent. Do you see this option right here where it says increase indent? So all the way up at the top, it's a little icon. I know it's kind of small to see up here, but if you click on that, boom! And then we can actually change it to numbers if you want. So again, increase, I'm sorry, you can see it. Here we go. Let me scroll down. This one increases the indent, and then you can actually change it to numbers, or you can have, I don't know, there's all kinds of different ones. We're not going to go over all of them right now. But, okay, what kind of music do we like? Swing? What else? What's that? I don't know music, I'm bad. My brain only functions with 80s music and 70s music, because I kind of grew up in the 70s and 80s. By the 90s, I don't know any music. 2000, nothing. 2010, I don't know anything. So I only know songs from the 70s and 80s. Okay, who's my favorite? What's my favorite song? Does anybody know my favorite song? What's Jeff's favorite song? Well, we're gonna make a link to it too because I wanna play it. Does anybody know Mr. Raskoff's favorite song? Rick Ashley's Never Gonna Give You Up. Yes. Okay, let's make a link to it too. I gotta hear it. There we go. I'm gonna go to YouTube, boy. I'm gonna do it. I'm doing it. I'm going to YouTube. It's coming. There it is. Oh, there it is. Oh, I gotta sit through an ad? Really? These horrible ads? Slopey? Is that Slopey? I need a Slopey? There it is. Okay, greatest song ever made. Okay, so in YouTube, you want to copy that link so that when the person clicks on that, they go to the song. In YouTube, you'll notice you have the share button here. See the share? Okay, in YouTube, go to YouTube, click on the share, You have the addresses right here to the song, right there. Hit copy. Woo! Copy. Right there. Copy. Go back to and go to your insert. Again, your link right there. And I'm going to put the link in there for my video.
Does it matter if you copy from the search bar?
Yeah, it's a shortened version of it, I guess.
Yeah, but it doesn't really change the outcome.
No, it's still the same link.
Cool.
I'm pretty sure.
Well, I did it and I clicked it and it worked, but I didn't know if it might change.
Yeah. So right now, if the person's reading this paper and they're going to a party and it says, Jeff, Rick, I have to bring Rick Ashley to the party, and I click on it, and it goes. Then it should open up. It should open up. Really? Why is it going to my email?
You shared it?
Oh, did I put it in the email? Oh, I had the email link. I messed that up, didn't I? Oh, I was still here in email. Ah, look at that. Let's delete that out of there. Oosh, I made a mistake. Let's go to here and put it in there. Thank you. Whoosh. Okay, let's try it now. See, I wouldn't even know what this music is. I don't even know who that is. There we go. There we go. So you can link to a video. Can I put the video in my paper?
Can you watch it?
Oh, you want to watch the song?
Yeah.
You like this song? Yeah. It's such a nice video. It's all simple. He's just singing. The camera kind of pans around a little bit. They got lights going in the background. Okay, that's enough. Okay. You can watch it all yourself. Now it's in your head for the rest of the day. You'll be going to sleep tonight listening, and this will still be in your head. I don't know. Okay, so you saw how to do a video link again. Share is how you would do that as well. What else? We have that. Okay, and then you can also indent that as well. Remember how to indent? Again, under home, you can indent that, and you can even go to bullets. There's different types of bullets. Ever? Okay, whatever. Okay. Oh, did I spell it wrong? You remember here, you guys got to remember something. I went to Catholic school, and my teacher was Sister Rita, and she didn't teach me how to spell. I'm sorry to say. She was very nice. She taught me all kinds of religious things, but not how to spell properly. I can spell Jesus, and that's about it. So I'll spell all kinds of things wrong. Sorry. And Sister Rita was still teaching up to last year. Yeah, she's still teaching. Okay, let's get to saving in different formats, and we'll get to Canvas and do your homework before you leave so that we're all done. Okay? We don't want to do any homework over the weekend, right? We're all going to watch a football game. Who's going to Super Bowl party? Woo! Super Bowl party! Woo! I don't have a party to go to. Maybe you'll have to invite me to your party. Okay, let's save in different formats. So the first format we saw was to save in Microsoft Word. So if I go over here and go under File, Save, it's going to save in Word. Just go File, Save. It'll override the original one that we saved and save it right over top of the same one. If you want to save it as a different file, you would use the file save as, and you could give it a different name. Right now it's just my name here, and we could say paper 2. I don't know, you can give it another name. Okay, but what if I wanted to send this to my grandmother and she doesn't have Microsoft Word and I want her to be able to read it? Well, most computers in the world today have something called Acrobat installed on them, right? It's called Acrobat. It's basically a piece of program that will read a PDF file. Okay, what is a PDF? What is a PDF? Let's go. Where are we gonna go? How about we go to Wikipedia? Wikipedia. There we go. Wikipedia, and we type in PDF. PDF? Portable document format. It was made by Adobe in the 1990s to present documents. One of the advantages of using a PDF is it can pretty much, like I said, be read by almost any computer because most people have Acrobat or the software to read a PDF on their computer or on your phone or something like that. So how do I save a PDF inside of Microsoft Word? So if I'm inside Microsoft Word and I want to save this beautiful paper that we've made, I can go under File, Save As. And in the Save As option, you notice down here where it says File Format. And if I click on there, you'll see, woo, there's a whole bunch of formats in there. Look at them all. And we're going to learn about the different formats and why you would use one over the other. But mostly the PDF is the middle one right here. And you should click on that one right there. Boom, PDF. And then you could save it as that. You can give it a different name. You can say, oh, this is the one for Grandma. And then you say Export, and it'll save it as a PDF. Well, if you want to make sure that it saved it properly, you can go to the desktop. Let me hide this, Uh-oh, there he is. Love Vic Ashley. There he is. And then we could go to the folder, and we could see, oh, here's my PDF. It's not kind of recognizing it as a PDF, but if I double-click on it, it should open it up. Now, since this is a Macintosh computer, it might open it in something called Preview right here, right? Because, you know, Apple puts this preview software on your computer to read all kinds of things like pictures and things like that. If you wanted to open it up in Acrobat, the actual Acrobat, one of the easiest ways to open a program or open a file up in a specific program is to right-click on that file. So if I right-click on this file, you'll see I get an option that says Open With, and it'll give me some options. Oh, you might want to open it with these things. So I do a lot of right-clicking on files. So if you right-click on any file, you get the Open With, and you can then choose whatever. So I might say Acrobat then, and boom, it'll open it in Acrobat. There it is. Uh-oh, I probably have to be logged in. Yeah, see. One of the problems with the Adobe now is y'all have to have your own account. It's not even going to let me open that. So if you don't have an Adobe account, you're going to need one for this class. So you might as well just sign up. You don't have to pay for anything. You just need to have an Adobe account. I'm going to teach you some Photoshop. I want to teach you some, some Adobe stuff. We'll be doing some Adobe stuff. So make sure you have an Adobe account. If you don't have one, just go to Adobe and just sign up. You don't have to pay for anything. You just have an account. Just like you have a Google account or whatever. Everybody cool? Okay. Let's get to quitting. Oh, why would I save in a PDF as well? What's the advantage of a PDF besides being able to read by most computers or phones? Can't edit it. That's a good advantage. What would be another one? Grandma can read it. The fonts stay the same. So next Tuesday, we're going to come in, we're going to use Word again, but we're going to download some crazy fonts. I got some websites we go. In fact, you might want to go there before next week so that you might want to pick out the font you want to use. We're going to be using a website called dafont.com. So, the font. So go there maybe over the weekend. This could be your homework and look at the different fonts. We're going to be downloading some of them. Maybe find some crazy ones. We're going to make some birthday party flyers or something. I don't know, a Valentine's Day flyer. And we're going to download some of these fonts right here. And maybe make a Valentine's Day one. Look at these. Wouldn't it be nice to make a flyer with something like this on it? Perfect. So we're going to be downloading these on Tuesday and making a flyer specifically for a holiday or something like that. So you might want to think about that now. Maybe during the football game you can look at different fonts. How about that? Or you're going to throw chicken wings at the screen. Who throws things at the screen when they're mad? During the Sharks game last night, we're up 2-0, and what happens? What happened last night? They're the Sharks. Their team came back and scored 5 unanswered goals. I think, you know, I threw about, you know, a bunch of chicken wings at the screen last night. No, I didn't have chicken wings. I wish I had chicken wings. I was dreaming of chicken wings. Okay, so let's quit. Remember Command Q. Woo! Word is gone. How about the... Oh, I don't know why PowerPoint's open. Let me quit my video here.